तो जो प्रीवियस क्लास में हमने बताया था कैपेसिटेशन के बारे में, तो ये कैपेसिटेशन एग्जैक्टली है क्या, ठीक है। तो ये कैपेसिटेशन जो है तुम्हारी, जनरली इट इज द यूनिट कह सकते हो। यूनिट मतलब अल्टीमेट यूनिट स्टेप, अल्टीमेट यूनिट स्टेप इन विच द मैच्योरेशन ऑफ मैमेलियन स्पर्मेटोजोआ, ठीक है, is competent to fertilize an oocyte। मतलब एक स्पर्मेटोजोआ फर्टिलाइजेशन के स्टेज में आ जाए oocyte, और ये कैपेसिटेशन जो है इन विवो और इन विट्रो, इसका दोनों में अलग अलग। अगर एग्जैक्टली हम इन विवो को बात करें तो इन विवो में कैपेसिटेशन क्या होता है, ये अकर्स करता है, मतलब परमिट करता है आफ्टर इजैकुलेशन, इजैकुलेशन के बाद, when the spermatozoa leaves the vagina and enters the superior, you can say, female reproductive tract। और जब इन विट्रो की बात करें, फर्टिलाइजेशन कैपेसिटेशन जो है ये अकर्स करता है इन विट्रो फर्टिलाइजेशन में, जिस कैपेसिटेशन अकर्स बाय द incubating spermatozoa that have either ejaculation or have been extracted from the egg, ठीक है। और ये किसी स्पेसिफाइड मीडियम में ये, तो दोनों केस में व्हाट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस। इन विवो में कैपेसिटेशन आफ्टर द इजैकुलेशन,
तो फिर फोन चलाने लगे थे।
इन विवो दिस फर्टिलाइजेशन, इन विवो फर्टिलाइजेशन, इट दिस कैपेसिटेशन occurs by spermatozoa।
चुप्पी तो थे, क्या कर रहे थे हम? तुम्हें ना मांगी थी वो देने के लिए, तुम कौन देने गए थे?
ठीक है, माइक ऑन है, इसको ऑफ कर लो प्लीज। देखो किसी का माइक ऑन है, ऑफ कर लो, ठीक है। तो इन विवो कंडीशन में क्या है, फर्टिलाइजेशन, इन विवो फर्टिलाइजेशन में जो कैपेसिटेशन होता है, इट अकर्स बाय इंक्लूडिंग spermatozoa either undergone fertilization or have been extracted from the epididymis, ठीक है। एपिडिडाइमिस से निकला उसके बाद और एक इजैकुलेशन के बाद, ठीक है। इन विवो में इजैकुलेशन के बाद हो गई, एपिडिडाइमिस से जो बाहर निकला उसके बाद। बेसिक डिफरेंस जो है बस ये है। अगर इसकी फंक्शन ऑफ एक्टिविटी की बात करें तो सिंपल सा, इट हैज टू इफेक्ट। एक तो हो गई स्टेबलाइजेशन ऑफ द एक्रोसोमल स्पर्म, और दूसरी हो गई which facilitate by the removal of steroids, especially the cholesterol, ठीक है। और ये this will leads in the result to form a more fluid membrane with an increased permeability to calcium ions। ऑलमोस्ट कल के लेक्चर में हमने बता रखा है, तो इस पे हम बहुत ज्यादा अब नहीं जाएंगे, ठीक है। इस पे बहुत ज्यादा हम नहीं फोकस करेंगे। बेसिकली इन विवो और इन विट्रो कैपेसिटेशन, और कैपेसिटेशन क्या था ये हमने बताया, ठीक है। तो इसको अब छोड़ के जो हमारा नेक्स्ट है उस पे हम चलेंगे। तो बेसिकली चलेंगे हम स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस, स्पर्मियोजेनेसिस, ठीक है। तो व्हाट आर द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दोस एंड व्हाट आर दीज थिंग। तो द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग इज द स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस। तो ये क्या है, दिस इज द प्रोसेस बाय विच haploid spermatozoa develop from germ cells in the seminiferous tubules, ठीक है। और ये प्रोसेस स्टार्ट कब होता है, when the mitotic division of stem cells started, ठीक है। मतलब along with the mitotic development और डिवीजन कह सकते हो। अगर हम दूसरी स्पर्मियोजेनेसिस की बात करें तो ये क्या है, स्पर्मियोजेनेसिस होगी एक फाइनल स्टेज ऑफ स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस, ठीक है। इसमें क्या होती है, मैच्योरेशन ऑफ स्पर्मेटिड्स will take place and convert into the mature spermatozoa. So these spermatid is a more or less circular cell which contains a nucleus, Golgi apparatus, centriole and mitochondria. सो ये सारे कंपोनेंट मिला के स्पर्मेटोजून करते हैं, ठीक है। जो प्रोसेस होती है फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दीज ऑल दीज मटेरियल्स which is required for the development and maturation of the spermatozoa. These processes leads to called spermiogenesis. अब अगर हम बेसिकली बात करें ये spermatogenesis और spermiogenesis, what are the basic differences between? तो ये जो है ये दोनों की चीज है, स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस और स्पर्मियोजेनेसिस, ये दोनों मिलकर कंप्लीट मैच्योरेशन ऑफ स्पर्मेटोजोआ और द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्पर्म्स कहते हैं, ठीक है। लेकिन these sperms are the male gametes, ठीक है, which are produced in the seminiferous tubules। और जो बेसिक डिफरेंस है इन दोनों में, ये स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस है जो ये फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्पर्म सेल्स, ठीक है। स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस इज द formation of sperm cells, but in case of spermiogenesis it is a maturation of the spermatids into sperm cells, ठीक है। ये चीजें क्लियर है। सो इसका मतलब हुआ कि स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस है ये कंप्लीट प्रोसेस है फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द स्पर्म सेल्स फ्रॉम द सेल्स ऑफ जर्मिनल एपिथेलियम ऑफ मेल्स, but in other case the spermiogenesis the process, it is the final differentiation and maturation process of the spermatids into the sperm cells, ठीक है। एक डेवलप कर रहा है और दूसरा उसको फाइनल स्टेज में ला रहा है so that they can be mature enough to lyse or break down the zona pellucida for the process of fertilization, ठीक है। तो ये तुम्हारी बेसिक चीजें हुई स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस और स्पर्मियोजेनेसिस का और इनके बीच का डिफरेंस हो, ठीक है। अब अगर हम बात करें डीएनए फॉर्मेशन, तो डीएनए फॉर्मेशन जस्ट उससे पहले एक चलते हैं, ठीक है। इसके बाद आगे हम लोग बात करेंगे स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस की और फिर फर्दर उस पर चलेंगे, ठीक है। एक छोटी सी वीडियो फिर इस पे हम कंक्लूड करेंगे, ठीक है। This total video compiles how the DNA, मतलब कैसे, क्या है डीएनए, कैसे है, ठीक है। इसके बारे में एक छोटी सी ये वीडियो, ठीक है। देख सकते हो जीन ट्रांसक्रिप्शन यहाँ दिखा रही है, ठीक है। जीन ट्रांसक्रिप्शन कैसे होता है, ट्रांसक्रिप्शन, इसके बाद अलग अलग पार्ट दिखाएगा तुम्हारे, सर ये न्यूक्लियस का गेटवे है, ये पोर्शन दिख रहा है, ठीक है। दिस पोर्शन इज द गेटवे फॉर द न्यूक्लियस, ये तुम्हारा न्यूक्लियस का एक्सटीरियर पार्ट होगा, ठीक है। दीस आर द एक्सटीरियर पार्ट ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस। ये तुम्हारी होल न्यूक्लियस हो गई विच इज कवर्ड बाय द न्यूक्लियोलस, ठीक है। यू कैन सी दीज आर द स्ट्रैंड और each of your 10 trillion cells has 1.8 meters of DNA. But to form 1.8 meters of DNA, it requires 1.8, मतलब 1 trillion, 10 trillion like cells. So this is how the cell organize their DNA. ये जो न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स हैं ये अपने हिसाब से स्पीसीज वाइज और पोजीशन वाइज जिस ऑर्गन की रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके हिसाब से अपने आप को डिजाइन कर लेते हैं। These are all about the purine and pyrimidines. So here you can see how the formation of DNA occurs. So regarding this, the cell division is required. How it occurs, you can see These are the one. This is the one cell, and now it has been divided into two cells. Likewise, these are the fragments of the DNA. These molecular machines, they are copying your DNA. You mean to say how much amount of DNA is required for the processing of a specific thing is being done by itself. So this process is presented in a real-time speed. Real time, mean to say this much time only they took to form or replicate their DNAs. So, seeing this is the start of a gene for a bone strength protein. For different types of things, the DNA replication takes replicate like this. Again, gene transcription is there. You can see the messenger RNA is along with this thing. Okay. So the transcription of genetic codes from DNA into RNA. This is why I am telling this the messenger mRNA. So this is the gene transcription mechanism. Really, the movie is so fast, but you can see here the formation of DNA, RNA. How quick it takes, how quick. So this is the DNA double helix. Double helix, which templates single strand. As you know, it comprises of various purine derivatives. This is the tyrosine, adenine, guanine, and this is the cytosine. So the combination of these all are compared and made for a specific DNA. So this is the base pair. Now you can see here. And these cells are controlled access to the genetic code by wrapping these DNA along with some proteins. And these are the nucleosome proteins. So this whole process, not in a single cell, but overall it is going on. This is epigenetic control of genes. Mean to say the genes are controlled by their genetic material, whatever the information they have regarding the adaptation of formation of any cell. DNA, they have this is the region of released DNA which is available for gene transcription. For further transcription of genes, now this complements the nucleosome slide. The red material which comes that adds in the complementation or transcription of gene. So now you can have a lot of genetic materials or the DNAs, you can say. These epigenetic tags, or you can say the inactive DNA. Why? Because they are still inactive, having the protein covering of protein. So this is the basic difference between the active DNA and the inactive DNA. That is, it should be multiplied. The active DNA should be when it is been multiplied with 1 lakh. Huh? And these inactive DNA, this is somewhat same, but the basic difference is the proteins which are covered the DNA so that they get immature or inactive. But whenever the protein molecules are just release these DNAs, they are on, and they can hold the things as per their requirement or as per their need, where or whether they have to be worked. So this is almost about the small video on this DNA material.
Okay.
So now we will have this the process of spermatogenesis. How it occurs? What are these? Okay. A very small video.
Get closer.
This is a very small video which tells about the things how it occurs. Okay.
About the process of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the production of mature male gametes, which are known as sperms. About 200 to 300 million sperms are produced daily in the male gonads known as the testes. These immature sperms also undergo a process of maturation in the epididymis to form the mature sperms. For a better understanding of this topic, make sure to watch our video on the male reproductive system. As we discuss the anatomy of the testes in the male reproductive system, the testes contains numerous pipe-like structures known as seminiferous tubules. The seminiferous tubules have a central lumen and outer wall. The wall of the seminiferous tubule is the main site for the production of sperms. Now let's look at a closer view of the cross-section of the wall of seminiferous tubule. As we can see, the wall of the seminiferous tubule contains numerous types of cells, and one of them are the primary germ cells. The primary germ cells transform through various stages of development and finally form immature sperms known as spermatids. Now let's talk about the process of spermatogenesis in a bit detail. The process of spermatogenesis is divided into two phases. The first is the spermatocytogenesis, in which one germ cell divides into 4 precursor gametes known as spermatids. These spermatids are immature sperms. The second phase is the spermiogenesis, in which no further cell division occurs, but the immature sperms go through the process of maturation and differentiation to form mature sperms. So now let's talk about the series of cell division that occurs in the first phase of spermatogenesis. We start with the primary germ cells known as the primary spermatogonium type A, which is found in the wall of the seminiferous tubules. The main job of primary spermatogonium type A is to divide into 2 types of cells. The first is the type B primary spermatogonium. The type B spermatogonium auto-reproduce and maintain the number of the primary spermatogonium type A. The first division in the series of spermatogenesis is a mitosis, which gives rise to an intermediate stage known as primary spermatocyte. The primary spermatocyte are diploid cells maintaining the number of chromosomes. In the second division, the primary spermatocyte go through the first phase of the meiosis and divide their chromosomal material into half to give rise to secondary spermatocytes, which are haploid cells. In the last stage, the secondary spermatocytes again go through the process of meiosis 2 and maintain their chromosomal number. They give rise to 4 immature sperms known as spermatids. Looking at the wall of the seminiferous tubule in a bit detail, the primary spermatogonium are located in the basal layer of the wall of seminiferous tubule. And in the center, you can see the various divisions from primary spermatocyte till the spermatids. During all these cell divisions, the Sertoli cells give support and nutrition to the developing gametes. So now we know that one germ cell gives rise to 4 spermatids. But spermatids are immature sperm cells incapable of fertilization, and they contain numerous cell bodies like Golgi body, centrioles, and mitochondria. The spermatids undergo through the process of spermiogenesis, which is second phase of spermatogenesis, to form mature sperms. The process of spermiogenesis is basically divided into 4 phases, which converts an immature sperm into a mature sperm. The first is the Golgi phase, where the Golgi body present in the spermatid forms the enzymes of the acrosome. The second is the acrosomal phase, where the formed acrosome condenses around the nucleus to form the cap. The third is the tail phase, where the centriole present in the spermatid forms the tail of the sperm. And the last is the maturation phase, where the spermatid loses the excess cytoplasm and forms the mature sperm. But the mature sperms are still non-motile. As we know, the process of spermatogenesis runs in the wall of the seminiferous tubule. The mature sperms are then released in the lumen of the seminiferous tubule through a process called spermiation. The sperms then spend a few days in the epididymis and gain motility. The motile sperms are thus capable of fertilization. So this was all about the process of spermatogenesis. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much.
So these are the things by which I think you have a better idea regarding the spermatogenesis and this spermiogenesis. Now, this was the brief one. So if any of have any question regarding this basic spermatogenesis or spermiogenesis, they can have question with me, any type of discussion with me, or after 2 or 3 days, you will have some if you will register in the YouTube channel on our website, you will have some basic information regarding these videos. So I don't think that now you will have any problem regarding this thing. But anyway, so this I have to stop.